Alright, so just want to do a quick review of entry points for NEO and kind of talk a little bit about trading styles as well and how to just kind of enter the right point in the trade and understanding where to exit, or if you're just a value investor and want to hold, you want to wait for the hype to kind of work its way out of the market before you enter. So one thing that's under the radar right now is NEO. So I did my research on NEO coming from Cliff High's reports, found the fundamentals and the team to be pretty sound. They had lots of build up, lots of hype, running to around the $40 range in NEO, and or $50 ultimately, and then kind of crashed its way down and went all the way down to a lower level, but still elevated from where the kind of news broke and where the product evolved. So it's going to go through another one of these cycles. The kind of takeaway is a lot of people are kind of gambling with their money, just entering into a coin that has hype, and then they enter in at the kind of excitement stage, and they experience some kind of elevation. They're like, yeah, I'm doing great. And then you got a crash, and sometimes people sell. Usually if they hold and it is actually a good fundamental coin, then ultimately this cycle begins again and they end up making a little bit of money. But so the idea here is to get in before the big rush in. Again, Cliff High is a great resource for that. It kind of gets things that are more on the long-term radar. Or when you got that impulse to buy, you're hearing all the hype and everything's exploding, just wait, let it damp down until people are really complaining about it and asking, well, what's going on, etc., and wait for it to level out and to begin another cycle. So that's kind of what happened with NEO. The fundamentals are still good with it. This drop down was just probably just the institutional money got their money in, got that pump in, and might have sat it on the sideline waiting for a re-entry point right here for another market cycle. This dropped down also due to kind of the China crackdown on ICOs, which we expect them to turn around. They weren't going to prevent it. They were just going to clean that up. So I expect this to improve. So this data, if you can find this on TradingView. If you want the abbreviated version, I just picked up the Cryptonaut app. And make sure you click on the Bitcoin valuation so you can view it in Bitcoin charts. The dollar valuation is not going to give you a true reading of where you're at in the market cycle. But again, you don't want to buy the hype. You want to buy value, and you want to buy at timing. So you want to be patient with things. Your diligence will allow you to enter in here, or patience will allow you to enter in here and wait for the next cycle, and then have a selling point, maybe 2 times previous high. Whatever your read of the exit point is, if you intend to swing trade this. But if you tend to be a value investor, a lot of times if you wait for the hype to pass and you get in right around here at a little bit higher lows than before the pump, you're going to get some more use, some more legs out of your money, and not go through these kind of swings of excitement, euphoria, and anxiety. Now, in the long term, if you get in here, you're going to experience a gradual but still pretty good strong growth in your portfolio. If you do your diligence and get in before the pump, then you'll get that pump, and you can choose to get out or stay in if you want to swing trade it, however you want to play it. I just want to give you a basically analogy of what most people, how most people trade in this, just because it is a younger crowd, not as experienced in trading. I mean, I've gone through these same errors, so I don't want to say I'm above this. I'm still learning to understand these entry points. But the way I break it down is it's kind of Vikings versus cat burglars. So there's the kind of breakdown. You want to be a cat burglar. You want to avoid the Viking mentality, which is hearing the hype, hearing your friends got all excited about things. You want to look at the chart. So understand the market cycle cheat sheet and look at the chart in Bitcoin terms. So where is that at in the cycle? Take a step back and a deep breath, so to speak. Because if you enter in right here or enter at the top, you're going to go through this kind of grief and be discouraged by things. And so this kind of points to dollar cost averaging in, so you don't put all your money in right here and lose it, temporarily. These charts tend to rebound pretty quickly in crypto, but you just kind of want to be calm about it, be strategic about it, and look at this cycle. Again, TradingView or the Cryptonaut app in the Bitcoin terms, where you're at. Are you mid pump? Are you before a big pump? Are you accumulating after a big pump? So these are the entry points for you. I think NEO right now is a pretty good entry point, considering its chart. And it's kind of a good long-term hold. If you're doing speculative work, 30-40% of your portfolio can be in specs as a general rule of thumb. That's where I'm at the moment, and NEO is definitely a good hold. I'm looking for a price pump to $80, around that kind of range, and then I'm looking for an exit point and a re-entry point in a couple of months, as I have decided to swing trade it. But I'm going to keep about whatever I have. I'm going to keep about 20% in the game, just because I kind of want to be a partial value investor, partial swing trader. But this is kind of how you grow your portfolio, is just to be have a little patience and see where you're at in this cycle. It's called the Wall Street cheat sheet. And yep, thanks for listening. Take care.